All right. Hope the audio is all good. So, guys, um, I know that 2022 has been extremely difficult, and I wanted to share some stuff that I've always wanted to share. So, bear with me, guys, because this is most likely my my last video, especially and here's why. It's not going to be any clickbait, as you know, and if you've been following me long enough, you know that I'm someone who has always put up the most honest opinions, or at least I try to. And what has been the struggles in what I've been trying to do, especially for this channel. So, as anyone who knows, I've been in this space since 2016, and I created the YouTube channel to fill the gap. At the time in 2017, there were very little folks who were focused on why crypto could potentially be a financial asset for their portfolio. And from a profession standpoint, as a relationship manager, I felt that there was a need for people who were out there in the space, not just to buy something for the sake of buying. And the fact that crypto was something very unique, and why I find it still unique to this day, because there is that ability to buy, trade it, hold it, and potentially make tons of money in it. But as the space progressed, I realized that there's a very difficult and challenging way to analyze cryptocurrencies, or any digital asset, NFTs included, and whatever potential companies that are trying to raise money or equity, right? It's very difficult to ascertain that or determine that level of financial strength or weakness in the company due to the lack of transparency. So the channel started out trying to identify all these things. Okay, when I realized that the space, at least a large part of how content creation is based upon and rewarded, I told myself that I could not sustain this channel if I do it the conventional ways. So the marketing company that I started out, that has been closed now in 2018, I think. I started the marketing company in 2018, focusing on the companies or blockchain companies that were coming to Singapore and needed marketing solutions, media and marketing solutions. So I had that opportunity to put them in front of a lens, interview the founders, right? And allow you as the viewers to make a decision whether you wanted to buy the tokens, participate in the ICO, be part of their ecosystem, and I allowed you to do that. It would be sponsored in that way. The channel, or at least the channel or my company, would be able to survive in that manner. It wouldn't be from taking money from you guys, you know. So I would always be very neutral in the way I spoke. If I was personally invested, I would tell you I would be personally invested. And, if we made money, of course, everybody would be happy together, right? And then, fast forward, you have, and we all experienced that bear market of 2018 to 2020. That was the very first crash, right? Bitcoin crashing from 20,000 to 3,000. And it's kind of like right now where we are at, we're going to be facing liquidations from all the companies that have defaulted, and these companies are way larger than what they were back in 2017 to 2018, you know. And there are more prominent celebrity endorsements, investors, institutional investors. You know, it's just bigger. The whole market, I must admit, is now currently larger. And it's kind of sad where we kind of did not really move forward. I feel we did not move forward. We lost too many large players in this manner, where they outrightly had a lack of liquidity due to whatever form of negligence or misappropriation of funds, that the whole space is really torn. It's destroyed. You know, it's destroyed, and it's back to having the few players again. But my question to everyone would also be, and this would also apply to the folks who have been in my Discord for so many years. You know, where does that lead us? And I don't have the answers anymore. Neither do I have the confidence. And sometimes doing the research and everything amounts to naught. Why do I say that? So, say if I were one of those YouTubers, right, that was still having a strong follower, creating content very consistently, and having a strong subscriber base and healthy healthy activity on my my social media platform, YouTube or wherever, right? I would have hurt them. And I'm really glad that I did not hurt anyone by promoting FTX, promoting Celsius or Terra. All these things were kind of weird that I didn't really follow, because I just felt that the space was moving on too quickly. You know, the stablecoin solutions, every cryptocurrency that understood that, wanted to and tried to establish that as a DeFi or a DeFi solution, right, to existing to stablecoins. Because I think stablecoins is a very good way of making money. It's a volume game. You need a very big ecosystem. You need a lot of players to make it work. And I'm glad, I'm glad that I didn't shield Terra Luna, or Luna, basically. Then you have, BlockFi, Voyager, you have Celsius. All these cryptocurrencies were doing so well. What we used, as in here in CG, were Huobi, Binance. Now, what did get people and our tail caught was ZipMax. Okay, ZipMax was a exchange that we invested in from equity standpoint. From an equity standpoint, we invested in it, but it was never heavily promoted, and it did get affected by Babel Finance. That was in turn, internally it was trading. It had a proprietary trading arm that ZipMax did not know about, and because of that, ZipMax faced liquidity issues when they got liquidated, right? Because the market was dropping very aggressively for Bitcoin. So from a standpoint, we had to find a solution, but at the end of the day, there's no excuse. People got hurt also just by using ZipMax. And you must be thinking, what is this ZipMax? Yeah, so it's good because I never shared this out publicly with anyone. I never really did heavy promotion or affiliate marketing like everyone who wants to survive in crypto. Because to be frank, in order to really survive and make money with crypto, in doing YouTube, right, you need to promote something. And the channel was never large enough, and the market was eventually very saturated with a lot of hype marketing. That's number one. Flexing your wealth, and never any real analysis or dedication, because nobody was very interested in learning about crypto, right? Because everybody only wanted to make the quick money. The NFT space, there was a very short period that people were interested in NFTs. It was exactly the same as people who were interested, at least back in the day for 2017 ICOs, where it's similar. So when I saw the trend, I realized, wow, okay, there are people who are going to grow really fast. But what happens when the NFT trend dies? How is that channel going to survive? And that channel can only survive if there's going to be a steady sponsorship by a particular exchange. For example, if I was to speak about cryptocurrency in general, I need sponsorship from potentially a project or a exchange. And had I not taken all this, the viewership is not enough to sustain or even provide any form of revenue. I can be completely honest. I only made $122 for the $122 year to date for the time that the channel has opened to the time that channel has closed. I have not needed to take out the money because it's insignificant. And a large part of how the channel has been surviving was through Discord, because Discord, right, had a strong interest. People who joined the Discord group had a strong interest to connect. You know, they wanted to find out more, they wanted to learn more, and that's how we kind of survived and was able to kickstart the company to begin with. But at some point, I could not sustain even the Discord group, because what is there really to share at this point of time? Like, everything is dead, volume is dead. The large part of whatever exchanges we thought and knew were always playing and manipulating the people who were on the exchange, right? Exchanges would be trading against its users, and at the same time, you have the exchanges who would know what listings would be coming on board first, would be buying up those tokens, having access to those tokens, and eventually dumping on people who were wanting to buy it from the exchange. And I realized that without any financial oversight to keep all the people who were running these exchanges in check, we would always lose. We will always lose because the game is being played at such a different level. Manipulation is always happening in every financial market. I just want to let you know that. Even if you're playing NFTs, why did the OpenSea employer, I don't know the name, was eventually caught, sacked, but was he fined or whatever? I don't know. I don't think so. There's no real punishment, right? Same thing. Now SBF is actually going through trial on a bond, on a bail, whatever you call it, and he's starting to liquidate and move funds around because he still has funds hidden everywhere, okay? And the truth is, who's going to punish these people? So I told myself that if I continue to be in this space, at some point I might be desperate enough because I want to survive as a company. I want to survive as a business or as a content creator, and I don't take in any kind of sponsorships. I don't even feel it's right to even take in any kind of patron support because at this point in time, what can I offer you? And when I thought about it long and hard, there's very little value. There's very little value to share opinions or to share opinions about a tweet. I'm not an entertainment channel. I was always about educating. And I realized, and I was comparing myself to a lot of other financial channels, you know. And there's this channel that I really want you guys to follow. It's Clear Value Tax. So this guy is methodical. He does a lot of research about a particular topic before he talks about it. And why? There is a strong structure and history to the existing financial and traditional markets. He does talk about crypto a little bit, okay? But a large part of what he talks about is literally about traditional markets. Why to buy stocks? Why are stocks going to be affected by the Fed's interest rate hikes, data like CPI, so on and so forth. There's and jobless claims, all these things, right? At least you can link to the traditional markets, the property markets, the bond markets, and you can form a very good analysis. Not a story, but an analysis. Crypto is all story. It's all story because none of us can code. Not many of us can code to the point that we can say, hey, you know, this code is not sound. This code is sound. We can't do that. And companies, when you speak to them, to be frank, even though how long I've been in the space, it doesn't allow me access or the truth all the time. Because somehow it's a gated community. If you are someone who has been building, you have special access. You have special information, and to a certain extent, maybe if you put in enough money in the company, they will share that information with you. And when they do, they would hope and expect that you don't share that publicly. And I felt that that was something that was the problem, right? And even if I had access to that information, I would say, why can I only share it with the people in my Discord? Why can't I share it publicly? And they said, because we are still building, we're still testing, we don't know whether this solution works the way it does. And that's the truth. Because when I put myself in their shoes, I know for a fact that it's true. Like, if you are a young company that has private investors and not listed on any exchange, it's not even going to IPO. There are so many things that you don't have to reveal. And crypto is really like that. You don't have to reveal a lot of things. And because of the lack of transparency, okay, not because of a company being dishonest. Let's assume that a company is doing real stuff, really building. My question is, how do we determine that? Of course, yes, we can say we can go into the community, do a lot of deep research, sit in that community, right? And listen to the voices. And who are those voices? I just feel that the work done is never enough. And it's going to continue to change. The matrix of analyzing a company is always going to have to change until there's a framework that will enforce the transparency. And also at the same time, why are companies able to raise money? And companies raise money all the time. Companies raise money because at the end of the day, they will run out of money, especially when you're having a developer team. Especially when you're hunting for clients, you need to do some level of marketing. You need to always bring in new liquidity for your company. So the token raise or selling an NFT, selling a land is all excuses. It's all excuses to push the project forward. And you're hoping that whatever project that you decide to support, whether you're buying their NFT land, whether you're buying their token, whether you're buying their NFT, whatever form, whatever digital form, try to understand that it's like as if you are investing in a Kickstarter company. And when I mean Kickstarter, there has to be always a product that you can use, am I right? Unfortunately, people in crypto are all about making money. It's never about really truly supporting a company for what they could potentially build or what they're trying to achieve in the long run. It's always about, when are you going to list? When are you going to drop the inflation rate to and make the token scarce? You always hear the same thing from people in this space. It's never about, hey, can I play your game? When's your game gonna be out? And true enough, recently CryptoZilla exposed Logan Paul for CryptoZoo, and Logan Paul being exposed by a very big YouTuber like CoffeeZilla, started to re-engage with his community, his CryptoZoo community, who had invested millions, and everybody knows Logan Paul. To me, I'm just saying that I've always wanted to do all these things. I've always wanted to be a big successful YouTuber, but I did not want to do it at the cost of people who were watching. I could never sleep at night knowing that I even hurt one person. I really, really could never do that. If we go in as mature adults and we understood, and that's why I always put my money in front. But when I see a lot of how the current YouTubers are doing it, they have always thought about themselves first, but they will always be in front of the camera and saying that I always think of you. My channel is a strong testament to when I say I think of you, because I don't make any freaking money at all. And I feel very sad. I feel upset because there are so many things that I want to share, but it's never in line with crypto. So now I'm going to just share with you. And if you made it to this point of the video, I really thank you for watching. I really appreciate all the support you've given me. But this is the part where I say I need to move on because I've not been happy. I've not been happy because, like I said, I'm running a business. I'm a mature adult with a family to feed. And if this cannot feed my family, I really need to move on. What I'm going to be focusing on, and something that is a little bit closer to my heart, is fitness and men's empowerment. I always feel that I am someone who can do all these things. I feel that at the end of the day, men should step up and be good shining examples in the world. Because men are the ones that go to battle, as per se. And men are the ones that really have to take care and provide for the family. And that is what I've been always arming you guys, right? To provide you with information so that you can make money, so that you can create life-changing income. And from there, and hopefully with crypto, and if you understood and were able to take the right measures and risk, you could actually change your financial standing in society and for your family. That's what I always was trying to encourage. Why did I always ask you to, when you make money, you should clear your debt? When you make money, travel more, build up skills, personal skills, be free so that you can focus on being the best person that you can be. And when you are strong and confident, you can find the right partner for you. Nobody likes to be alone. There are people who do, and that's fine. But I think at the end of the day, as a man, you always want to find that right significant other like I have. My wife has been truly supportive of my journey. No matter up or down, she has always been by my side. And she's always been a great mom to our two daughters, Hannah and Haley. And for that reason, I like to say I really thank you all. No matter how long you've been following me, watching my videos, I truly appreciate the support. I don't get mean, nasty DMs about stuff because I've never done anything that was out of my conscience. And when we got hurt, we all got hurt together. And, they know that I've always stuck together with them. Like, when we invested in ZipMax, and ZipMax is, no longer the company that it was. It's already being bought out by another company. And, we lost a lot on that. We lost the financial opportunity on that already. So I just like to say that, guys, I'm moving on and doing something else. Focus on what I just mentioned. And, the support would be great. And even if you don't, because you always took me as someone who, and you would only be interested to only watch if it was about crypto. And I totally understand. Because yes, this channel is focused around crypto, and I would never suddenly change the channel and start popping out all these videos that were irrelevant to what you subscribe to. Because each and every one of you are important. Each and every one of you has dedicated a certain amount of time to watch my videos, whether on stream or off stream. You still dedicated the time, right, to watch. And I want you to know that, yeah, I don't get many views these days, but the fact that there's 15 people watching or 20 people watching or however many people watching, I appreciate that, because you have been supporting and you have given me the encouragement to start the channel to begin with. Because had the channel not had that viral hype and movement, I wouldn't have bothered either, right? Because who's gonna listen to you? And I wanted to say that, I appreciate so many things that has happened to me, and how you have kind of been part of this community. I really feel very sad because I know that I cannot bring every one of you to what I'm doing going forward. I'm still learning a lot of things because now I'm all by myself creating content. I used to have a team, but I don't have a team right now. I'm all by myself. So a lot of stuff I'm relearning. I'm going to be doing my editing myself. It's not fantastic, but at least I know how to do it properly now. At least to a certain extent that I can deliver a video. I'm still learning the technicalities of everything that is to be about a content creator. But hey, you know what? I'm still gonna start that journey. I'm still gonna do it. And I just wanted to know that I want you guys to know that I've always been true to you guys. I want to know. I want you to know that sincerely. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy 2023. Stay blessed. Focus on being free, guys. And being free means it means different. There's a different perspective to each and every one of you when you say about being free. Being free can mean so that you can spend more time with your family. Being free is so that you can be able to spend more time on your health. And also at the same time, everybody wants to learn something new, create a new skill, meet someone new, be a better father. That's what I want to be. I want to be a better father. I've been so pissed off with the whole space that I have not been a good father. I am not a shining example of a good father. And I want to change that. So I told myself I have to leave so that I can focus on work or content that makes me happy, and I can empower and share my message with the people who are watching. And I don't have any worries, because at the end of the day, I know that, hey, I'm doing it, I'm living it, I'm walking the walk, and I can be bold about sharing it. Do you know that I'm so conscious about what happens on social media? I'm so appreciative that I can even live stream, because I know that for a fact that if your YouTube channel is not larger than 1,000, you can't do a lot of things. And because the YouTube channel is of a decent size, I still can do these basic things. It's so difficult to even have a voice. And when I try doing it on other platforms, I'm not as funny enough, I'm not as perhaps entertaining enough, and it's been a bit challenging. I did try TikTok, and I've been venturing out. So it's difficult, I must say. And that is the part that I wanted to share. It's going to be difficult for me. It's not like I suddenly have this magical route all planned out. I don't. I'm going to be journeying with a lot of people, and I'm going to be having this journey by myself at least, to figure out how I can transition properly. Will I still be in crypto? Yes, on a personal level, I still am. I still will. But I just feel that there's so little to mention and talk about, because, like I said, I realize that it's so difficult to understand the progress. It's really difficult to understand the progress, and to share that makes very little sense to a lot of people, to at least the layman. But that being said, I really appreciate and I really thank you guys. And I kind of want to take a little bit of questions, so let me get to it. Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Make sure you share the new channel link. Hey, Green Tech. Yeah, I will. If people who are interested, I definitely will still share the channel. And like I said, it's going to be focused on fitness, lifestyle, stuff that helps you to, grow as a man from at least, a physical standpoint, grooming standpoint, fashion, this kind of stuff. I've always been interested, but I've never had the chance. I want to do podcasts. I wanted to speak more about adversity. If you're wondering what the channel will be like, I want to speak about adversity. I want people to come forward and share their struggles. But it's very difficult, because when I realized that, wow, only successful people who have faced failure, obviously, are willing to talk about it. But people who are in the midst of that journey and that pain, it's very hard to be bold about it, right? Because you're still in it. Like, people will think, nobody wants to hear my story anyway, and that's the truth about the internet, right? The internet only wants to see the final stages, the progress. But I realize that there are people who actually appreciate the journey, right? Because they may be going through that journey of failure, that journey of struggle. And I don't know whether that would work, because that's the middle ground, right? It's like a person who wants to be fit or get fit, right, will be highly motivated from someone who is already fit. Does that make sense? And someone who wants to be financially wealthy or successful would follow other financially already wealthy and already successful entrepreneurs. Make sense? Like, you don't want to follow someone who is on the way to building their first company. Like I noticed don't get me wrong, there are, but very few. Like, those are very young individuals. Like, they're still in that stage of like, hustling and making mistakes, and they have their followership, but I'm like a 40-year-old guy. So I was like thinking, I recently, am I right to say that I just failed? I just failed in making this channel anything successful from it. At least now, it's considered a sad L in that sense because it's not making money, right? So I can't be like doing a video and saying that how to get 1,000 subscribers in less than, because I can't. I didn't really do that. I did that because I was on trend with something, and then I got lucky because it's my first channel, right? It's not like I built multiple channels. So it's kind of like I want to do more of I want to try to at least attempt, and I want to be able to hopefully reach out to a more international audience rather than just Singapore. But of course, I'm also not closing my options, because I believe that if I put out my time and energy to calling out what I want to the universe, people will come. And I want to be able to connect with people. I've always loved connecting with people. If you had the opportunity to be in my Discord group, you know that I would have nice, meaningful conversations with people. Yes, I can't be speaking to people all the time because, like I said, I have a wife and two kids, and we need to spend time with each other. And right now, I'm actually regaining my health. Right, I'm happy. I lost weight. And I'm happier. Now I'm happier because now I'm starting to take care of myself. I used to not really take care of myself. And that's something that's a bit weird, right? You must be thinking. But now that, my portfolio is significantly hurt, it's really doing very badly in the market, despite the fact that, we would always think that, wow, this cryptocurrency is doing this. It's still here, it's still around, but it's not doing well at all. No one is making money in crypto if you still are in this space, right? And I don't like flipping because I feel that you want to dedicate, you want to spend time. You need to spend time in the market. I always believe that. But when there's time to dump, I guess you really have to dump everything. I didn't dump everything, obviously, right? So I just wanted you guys to know that. Yeah, Corey, my goodness, Corey. Look, I want to give a shout out to you guys, Corey, Lawrence. You guys have been watching for so long. You all will even bother. Like, I make random videos, guys. You can see my live stream from my playlist. You know that my videos are random. It's totally, there's no schedule, there's no consistency. Hence, it's very difficult for people to follow. This is on me. Okay, this is on me as a channel. Okay, because when you dedicate yourself to social media, no matter what, you either post extremely regularly, or you at least have a schedule. Even if it's freaking once a month, you tell people once a month, and they will set a schedule to watch you. And this is something that I need to do more of. This is just on me, okay? And I really appreciate you guys. And Bess, yes. I feel like tearing up a little bit, because when I see some of you, right, you all have been watching me from the very, very beginning. And I want to give you all a hug, As a man, I still want to give you all a hug, because it's very difficult to connect with someone online. Like, it's very powerful. And you know what's sad? When I go out, I go out in town a lot. But the thing is, even if you saw me, you may not recognize me, or you may not think it's me, because we were all having our masks on, right? And I've always wanted to do meetups, and I'm a bit jealous when I see other YouTubers able to do meetups and sharing sessions and stuff like that. But when I realize my audience is a large part all international, it's very difficult to have everyone together. You know what I mean? Because I'm not like a million subscriber kind of guy. So, I've always wanted to do that. Hey, Vivek. Hey, welcome to the channel, but, it's kind of like probably the last video. It's kind of like the last video. Yeah. It's something that I want you guys to know that I want you all to make sure you all, no matter what, stay safe, because I won't be that guy who would be first or fast enough to warn you guys anymore. About stuff I feel, because like I said, you want to call people out in the space, you need to do a lot of deep research. And unfortunately, sometimes it's always a post-mortem, right? The damage has been done already. And, on-chain analysis can only record things that have already happened, right? And I guess you only can prevent further bleeding or further loss, but you can't entirely stop people from scamming. So I want you guys to be very mindful and be very vigilant that going forward, if you're still going to be in crypto, right, be careful. Don't be too quick to share just because you made a little bit of money, or just because this particular celebrity or influencer. Scrap all that. Take FTX as a very good example of how the big and the mighty can fall, and they can fall really hard, and they'll take down everybody down with it. I know a lot of people lost money in FTX just by putting money there, just by buying the FTT tokens. And I totally understand why. Right? Look at all the celebrities that were endorsing them. Kevin O'Leary, you have Tom Brady, Giselle Bundchen. You have it's so difficult. It's so difficult. I didn't put a single cent into FTX. I don't know why, because I was already done with all possibility of making money and trading, because the market was just tanking off. So I just didn't even bother. Even at that point when we could use Binance, I stopped just entirely. I just stopped entirely, and I just moved away. And we were all just sitting there waiting. And then after that, FTX blew up. But do take care. I hope you guys find someone who is reliable, who is willing to share honestly, and not be sponsored by a crypto project, or in the back they are sponsored but they are lying to you and saying that they're not. All these things always will consistently happen, guys. And I hope that if you've lost money, don't feel discouraged. Money you can always make back, okay? No matter how painful, even if you lost your savings. I lost a large part of my savings doing all this, and it hurt my family, of course. But I want you to know that you can build everything back. As long as you have a good heart, you have good intentions about what you want to do, you can definitely rebuild your life. Please don't do anything silly, especially, right? Especially if maybe you did take money from other folks, like your friends or family, to invest in a particular NFT crypto, and it's obviously losing money, or it's completely rug pulled. Be accountable, try to tell them about the situation, and hope that they are reasonable enough to say, hey, we all came into this together, and yes, we understood the risk at the time. Never ever over promise. That's something that I always believe. Don't over promise stuff. Never take into the hype. So with that being said, I really thank you guys. I really appreciate. Happy 2023. You guys have been very instrumental in my development, I must say. And do take care. Peace.